Oh, perfect. Okay, so what I want to show you is how to do it not directly on the CO2 car, but how did I create this shape? Okay, I started with a cylinder. So I'm going to just show you guys how to do this so you can see the big picture, and then we'll go over it again and we'll work together to do it. All right, so what I'm telling you is when I start a sketch, why are those circles the only thing that highlight? Why can't I pick the edge? Because it's not flat. Okay? So if you go over to your browser, it says origin here. It's got a folder that says origin. Okay? When we first start a part file of any kind, the first thing that we do is select a plane, right? Select what plane I want to draw on. Okay? I've already done that. But look, these planes in my origin are exactly what you see right here. Okay? But once you start sketching, they are not shown. They're invisible. But you can easily make them visible. If I hover over these, the XZ plane is the flat bottom or top. I don't need to create a new plane to sketch on that because it's already flat. I either need the YZ plane or the XY plane, and I just right click and hit visibility. And now if you look at it, it slices that right in half. Okay? What we need to do is move that plane up so it just touches the outside of this cylinder. In order to do that, I just have to click the bottom half of this plane and then go down tangent to surface and parallel to plane. What does tangent mean? Who knows what tangent means? I guess that's why you're in this class. Think of a tire. Okay, a tire is round and it touches the pavement in one exact location. Okay, one point of contact. Okay, that would be an example of tangent. Okay, a line that touches an arc or a circle at exactly one point. So we want to move that plane so it's tangent to the edge of the cylinder. Remember, Inventor always tells you what it needs from you in the bottom left. So right now it says select curved surface or planar face. Okay, I want to select that plane that I've made visible, and then you'll notice that it automatically shows me if I pick this edge or this edge where it can go. Why doesn't this plane pop up on the right side or the left side?
Because you didn't hit the Z or the other. You didn't hit the other plane.
Well, what option did I choose here? Tangent to surface and what to the plane? Parallel. Well, the plane I'm using is right here, so it's got to stay parallel to that plane. Okay, not perpendicular, and that's why it's going top or bottom. So then I just have to click that. Okay, now it gives me a flat plane that I can sketch on. Okay, but notice if I look at it three-dimensionally, you can't really see anything on that plane. It's just a flat plane. Okay, so what happens sometimes, if I were to start a sketch on that plane and I want to draw an arc, there are times where the arc endpoint or whatever sketch, maybe it's a line or a circle, whatever you're putting on here, whatever piece of geometry you're using, it won't snap to the endpoint or intersect with that line, and that'll cause problems when you extrude it. So what you have to do is called project geometry. So this plane, there's nothing on it right now, it's just a flat plane. This button right here, projecting geometry, will stamp the edge of the cylinder onto this plane. So you can see how it kind of highlights. If I were to click that line or that horizontal line or that vertical line or that horizontal line, it'll stamp that onto this plane. So I'll do it from this view so you can see what happens. Okay, so it's got those horizontal lines on there. Won't let me pick up these, the top and the bottom. So I'll go back and I'll click on them. And now if I go back here, you see how it traced?
The whole thing.
That's what the top view of the rectangle looks like, right? We've talked about what cylinders look like when you look at them from the top or bottom. They look like a rectangle. So that's the outline of that cylinder. What that allows me to do easier now is when I click on this arc, it'll snap to this endpoint. And it'll snap to that endpoint to make sure that I have what? What do I have to have in order to extrude something? A closed, yeah, a dimensions, but a closed loop. A closed loop, right? That's why I projected geometry, so that I could snap to those endpoints, guaranteeing that I have a closed loop. Okay? Now I can finish the sketch, and then I should be able to extrude by clicking that. What do I have to change now?
The other way, no.
Some of you guys do it like this, and that works too, but make sure you hit cut. You want to cut to remove it. And then how do I change this? Or what should this say instead of distance?
Through all.
Okay, through all or all. Okay, boom. Okay, now let's say I want to put something else on here. Okay, so this is what's going to happen on your CO2 car. Okay, this is what the bottom of your car might look like, or what the bottom of the junior high student's car might look like. It might be curved like that. If I try to sketch on that, look at it. It doesn't allow me to sketch. It's curved. Okay, so again I go back to my planes. I see which one I want to make it parallel to. That YZ plane right there. Turn the visibility on. Okay, and I want to take that and make it tangent that plane to that. Now what happened?
You added another plane. You added more planes.
Okay, I added another plane. Now, you add too many planes and it gets real confusing. You don't want to delete them. See, it shows your work planes up in your browser here, but see how these are kind of highlighted?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't, oh, it's cutting it off on the projector. But they'll show you that these are visible. All I have to do is right click, visibility. Right click, visibility. So we're not quite so cluttered. Okay, I can turn off this one as well. Don't delete them, because you'll take the sketch with you when you delete them. So now I can just start a new sketch. Click the edge of that. And because it's flat, I can draw some geometry on it. Maybe I want a slotted hole on there. Finish the sketch. Grab it, extrude it, cut it. I want this to go through all. And now my hole goes all the way through. Okay. Now, what do you notice about that right there though?
It doesn't go through.
Okay, why do you think that is?
That's the planes. They stop at the plane.
Okay, it's the plane. The plane is a little bit too high. Okay? But that's the idea of creating planes, so we can now walk through this together. So go ahead and turn your